Well, the criminal case against former FBI Director James Comey is now hanging on by a thread. The Justice Department admitted in court that the full grand jury never saw the final indictment. Comey's lawyers are calling it a major procedural error by U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan that should sink this case. Earlier hearings have also raised questions over Halligan's conduct. Now, CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us now on set with the latest. Katrina, good morning. Now, this seems to be a pretty big oversight. What does the Justice Department say about how this happened?
I mean, what they say happened is that the grand jury did, in fact, rule that 2 of the counts against James Comey they were ready to move forward with, but that Lindsey Halligan essentially took that original indictment, revised it, showed it to the grand jury foreman, and one other grand jury person saw it before it was signed. But this is very unusual. It's supposed to go to the full grand jury. They're supposed to vote on it. So this could potentially be viewed just as a procedural error, but it's also piling on so many other questions about what happened in that grand jury room.
And Katrina, give us some perspective here. How big a misstep is this? Could this potentially get the case against Comey tossed?
I mean, that's the question. In itself, in another case, could this just be viewed as a procedural error that could be corrected? Possibly. The judge did ask both sides to brief on some D.C. Circuit precedent that says the grand jury is supposed to be shown the full indictment. But you also have to remember, this is coming on top of earlier this week, a judge saying that there may have been severe prosecutorial missteps here in that grand jury room. He said that U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan may have made misstatements about the law to the jury, among other issues. And another thing that came out yesterday, Michael, is the judge asked the prosecution whether there was a declination memo. That is a memo by career prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia that said there was not enough evidence to move forward with James Comey's case. What the government's attorney said was that he couldn't answer that question. Ultimately, he admitted that he'd been told by the Deputy Attorney General's office that that could be potentially privileged information. I was told by people in court that the judge was silenced by some of this information.
All right, Katrina Kaufman, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.